Hey guys, hope you're all well and had a chance to be enjoying this wonderfully warm, hot weather that we've been having, almost Portuguese-like. Stay tuned for my views on the permanent transfers of Ruben Vinagre, Leo Bonatini, Ruben Neves' contract extension, Ian Cathro, Ben Marshall's departure, and at the end, Andre Silva. So first up, let's kick off with the big talking point, I guess, which has divided opinion somewhat, and that is that Wolves have announced the permanent signing, I think it's on a 4-year contract, of Leo Bonatini from Al Hilal. I think that's how they pronounce it. Now, I've got to be honest with you, to be fair, that this transfer actually took me a little bit by surprise as well. I actually thought that Leo was gone. I'm not disappointed that we've signed him. I'm not disappointed that we've signed him on a permanent, but it is probably a bit of a surprise. Now, let's get something right. I trust in Nuno, and I do believe that Nuno has had a big say in the signings of both Leo and also Vinagre on this. Leo Bonatini at his best is a real top striker. We saw that at the start of the season when he helped Wolves get off to a fantastic start. He broke the club record of scoring, like, I think it was 7 times in a row, 7 consecutive games. He was linking the play up well, and it looked to all the world an absolute bargain. And if you'd have said to Wolves fans at that time, we're going to sign Leo permanently, everyone would have been, yeah, great decision. Obviously, he went off the board a little bit. His confidence went down. He didn't score again for quite some time. Well, he didn't score, you know, after his initial 12-goal burst. Didn't score to the rest of the season, but he still ended up as Wolves' second top scorer. And he did contribute a lot to the team. He's a real top guy. He obviously gets on with everyone. Nuno trusts him. He's 24. So you've just got to believe that Nuno exactly knows what he's doing in regards to that, and he rates him very highly. I do think, however, though, that we've still got to sign an absolute marquee striker. I don't think we can go into the season, you know, with just Bonatini, Chimange, who hasn't really featured for Mexico as yet, but hopefully maybe he'll feature in the Brazil game and he'll absolutely be brilliant. He's had 15 minutes in the first game where he looked very rusty, but obviously we'll see a lot in him. We've got Rafa Mir is still developing, and he's going to be a good striker. I don't know, we've got great forward options, but I do think we need a real statement signing. I'll come on to that later. On the signing of Ruben Vinagre, well, he's a hot prospect. He's 19. He did well when he played for Wolves last year. He's developing, he's getting stronger, he's going to be a great player, and he's signed on a 5-year, I think, from AC Milan. And yeah, that's a good positive signing. Not sure how much he'll feature in the Premier League campaign. I'm not sure whether we can just rely on him as backup for Barry Douglas. Barry Douglas is a great player, but if, you know, Barry did get injured, can Ruben really carry that for a series of games? I still think we might be looking at another left back, but we'll see. But yeah, good signing. Happy to see Ruben continue. In regards to the contract extension of Ruben Neves, personally I think this is a big statement from the club. Ruben Neves, he's our main man. He is the kingpin. He is the guy that makes everything tick. He's going to be an absolute superstar. There's no doubt in my mind that not only will he be in Portugal's World Cup squad for the next World Cup, I think they made a mistake on that, taking him this time. He'll be probably be in the squad for the Europeans. He's going to be an absolute megastar, and he's a Wolves player. So if we've doubled his wages from 25,000 a week to 50,000 a week, and that's basically securing his services, and he's been rewarded for what he's done, then that's a great thing. It sets out a real good statement from Wolves, and it sets out a statement to all the other players that Wolves are looking at bringing in. Excuse me. Don't laugh, I suffer with a bit of hay fever. So yeah, brilliant news that is, and that puts to bed our ambitions in terms of Ruben Neves, so happy with that. Ben Marshall has left the club this week to go to Norwich. Obviously Millwall really wanted him. Norwich have obviously not going up, they've lost a couple of their key players. I think it's a good signing for Norwich. Ben Marshall is a good player, never quite happened for him under Nuno, and I'm sure Wolves have recouped the investment that we initially paid for him. I won't be surprised if we got a fee of about, it's undisclosed, but it'd probably be around about 2 to 3 million, I would imagine, for Ben Marshall, and we wish him well. Nuno has also brought in Ian Cathro, who he, as a first team coach, who he first met back in 2009 when he was doing his coaching badges. So they're good friends, know each other well. Ian's worked with Nuno before at Rio Ave and Valencia, and he's apparently a very highly regarded coach. It didn't work out for him when he went to be the main manager at Hearts, but Nuno knows him very well. He knows Nuno, he knows the way he wants to play. He'll obviously be a big addition, and again, it just, you know, the signings of both Leo and Ruben Vinagre, Ian Cathro, just basically demonstrates to me that Nuno gets what he wants, and they trust in Nuno, and they're backing Nuno, and that's a big statement again from Wolves. And I believe, you know, that there's more moves and shakes to come down the line. Finally, maybe this is just a feeling, I don't know, but I think when we're talking about this striker that we need, I still think there's something in this Andre Silva. Just something I heard in the week, and when I went to an event where a certain someone in the kind of high up in the knowing Wolves basically said that Wolves have got eyes on some targets from the World Cup, and their value may depend on how much they play and waiting for the World Cup to finish. I just have this sneaky feeling, I might be wrong, but Andre Silva, he's been linked with Wolves for a while. He would be the marquee striker that we probably looking to sign, and he would fit in, I think, with the ethos and the way the Wolves come. He would definitely settle down. We've already seen that Rue, Patricia have signed. Andre Silva, we need another striker. He could be the man. What do you think? Do you think that could happen? Do you think it's likely to happen? What do you think of the signings of Ruben Vinagre? How do you feel about Leo Bonatini? I don't, you know, I think there's been a little bit of negativity from a minority of Wolves fans, which I'm sad about. But what do you feel? Do you think Andre Silva would be the marquee striker that we're looking for to complement the rest of the squad? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please do me a favour, smash a like on the video, because it really, you know, appreciate all the likes and love that you send, and I always read all the comments and try to respond to all of them. And if you've not subscribed, or, you know, please subscribe. And, you know, also if you know some people that love Wolves and stuff like that, get them to subscribe to my channel as well, because, you know, it's appreciated. And hit the bell icon, because it means that you get the first notifications when I do uploads. So some interesting news from Wolves this week. All in all, positive, moving in the right direction. You know, I'm generally quite pleased with the way things are going, and I think as the next 4 or 5 weeks go through, we're going to see some real big names that are going to move to complement the squad as well. But Wolves back in training, you know, start the fitness work, and then they go to Switzerland the week after next. Come on, you Wolves!